Well, I guess it was coming and we all knew about it already. It's the end of the world. Some people prepared for the end of the world for their entire lives. There are the survivalists, who get together with the other people that are like-minded to them and build bunkers underground and store up 50 years of food and radiation tablets so that they'll always be prepared for it. There are the people that stock up on a bunch of different kinds of zombie-killing weapons because they are absolutely certain that that's the way things are going to go down. But me, well, I play video games. I put together a survival kit of 6 items from video games that would help me in the end of the world in an apocalypse scenario like this one. So, without further ado, let's take a look at them. Metal Slug is a classic series. It's one of the shoot-'em-up genres, that side-scrolling wonderfulness that we were introduced to as kids and sort of never grew out of. The sprites are amazing, the art style's really cool, and there's just a certain amount of bliss that you can get from looking at a game like this one. In Metal Slug, the handgun that you start with never needs reloading and never runs out of bullets. You can just constantly shoot it forever. In a post-apocalyptic scenario like this one, I think a gun that would never need to be reloaded, though if you really wanted to, you could for style, would be very useful for things like hunting and defending myself. That's why I've put it at number 6 on my list. Next up on the list is a mode of transportation, but not like something that you'd think like a bicycle or a car. I'm talking about the Aperture Science handheld portal device from Portal, which is a first-person shooter game. The Portal device is fantastic because it counts both as a mode of transportation and as a way to carry heavy objects. Wouldn't it be just the best thing to be able to put portals on 2 things and then walk through them instantaneously? Sure, the portal gun doesn't work on all surfaces, but as I understand it, it's powered by a tiny black hole inside the gun itself, so it's probably not going to run out of power anytime soon. And with the end of the world, you'll probably have plenty of time to mess with it, to really get used to its capabilities. What's that thing GLaDOS likes to say?
Your eagerness to test pleases me.
Do you remember the first time you got to Death Mountain and all you had was your little Deku shield? Those falling rocks were gonna really mess you up. So you had to go and get something that was far stronger than just a chunk of bark from the Deku tree. The Hylian Shield from Ocarina of Time is from the adventure game genre. Looking at the way that it's used in the game, it's simultaneously completely unbreakable and also absorbs any impact that's put onto it. Think about all the things that you could use this for. Having a decently large and completely indestructible piece of metal behind which you can hide seems like a good idea in an apocalyptic scenario like this one. And I don't think I'll be running into any likes, so I shouldn't have to worry about losing it. In order to make sure that I stay healthy, and any wounds that I get continue to heal despite whatever environment I'm in, hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm going to look for something like the Life Stone from World of Warcraft, a massively multiplayer online RPG. The Life Stone finds when you equip it, so only you would be able to use it. But while you're holding it, it restores 10 health every 5 seconds, and you can use it to restore between 300 to 700 health. It seems like it would be a pretty good idea to just keep the Life Stone in your pocket. Whenever you receive an injury of any sort, you can just pop the Life Stone, and then it'll fix it up for you. All in all, I think this is a very solid item. Number 2 got me thinking a little bit. Am I the only person left now? Am I the only human who I'll ever meet again? If there are others left like me, then I'll definitely need to collaborate with them at some point. And if that's the case, then I'll definitely need a Phoenix Down from the Final Fantasy series. Final Fantasy is a traditional JRPG. The Phoenix Down is a feather from the legendary bird who continually dies and is reborn again in a cycle. Using it on a fallen team member will bring them back, most of the time at 50% health. If I'm in a party of people and the unthinkable happens to one of my party members, I want to be able to make sure that they have at least one more chance. However, if I'm the only person left, then a Phoenix Down won't be very useful because it can only be used on somebody else by someone who's conscious. Instead, let's go for the Ring of Sacrifice from Dark Souls. Dark Souls, which is a role-playing game dungeon crawler. As soon as you die from anything, the magic from the ring will send your body back to the last campfire that you stood next to, completely unharmed. You'll just be alive and not dead, which I think is quite a good idea. You only get one of these, but it's more like insurance than it is anything else. You've got it, but you hope that you don't have to use it. A human can go for several days without food, but without water, a human won't last very long at all, and they will die of dehydration. I don't really want that to happen to me. Fortunately, there is a world where every last drop of water is clean and drinkable. The world of Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the world's most popular sandbox games, and in it there's an item called the Bucket of Water. Anyone with a bucket of water will essentially have an infinite amount of clean, drinkable, potable water. All you have to do is dump out the water that's in the bucket. Then you'll have an empty bucket, and the place where you dumped the water out will become an infinite wellspring of that water. I don't think there's any item that's more useful in a very practical sense than to have infinite clean water. With these 6 items in hand, I think I'm probably okay for the apocalypse. I mean, I've got the ability to make shelter using the Hylian Shield as a sort of shovel object. I've got infinite water. I've got the ability to hunt for food. I think I'm all set. But maybe I missed something important. Did I miss a game or an item that I couldn't possibly have missed, that I absolutely should have put on this list? Well, let me know down in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow me on my socials. That's the Facebook and the Twitter that I've got down in the description. You can take a look at my Patreon if you are so inclined to do so. And I will see you next time.